Archaeologists from Museum Odense in Denmark have discovered more than 50 exceptionally well-preserved skeletons in Åsum, east of Odense. These skeletons were buried with artefacts from far beyond Denmark's borders, confirming that the Vikings travelled extensively for trading and raiding. Over the past 6 months, archaeologists from the museum have unearthed more than 50 Viking graves in Åsum. The well-preserved skeletons may provide researchers with deeper insights into the daily lives of those who lived in the area during the 10th century, when Gorm and Thera ruled in Heilung. Later, Harald Bluetooth had the Heilung stone commissioned in honour of Gorm and Thera, who were his parents. A vividly coloured replica is on display at St Catherine's Danish Church in London. See the video linked in the comments and the description for more on that. But let's get back to the excavation. According to archaeologist and museum curator Michael Borre-Lundo from Museum Odense, the skeletal remains could help explain more precisely what the Vikings lived on and how far they travelled to trade with others. Mr. Borre-Lundo, who led the excavation, said, "It is truly unusual to find so many well-preserved skeletons at once, like those discovered in Åsum. This discovery offers extraordinary opportunities to perform a wide range of scientific analyses, which can reveal more about the general health, diet and origins of those buried. The analyses might even reveal whether the buried Vikings were related, which would be particularly significant, as this has never been examined in similar graves." The importance of the find was confirmed by Sarah Quah, Associate Professor and PhD from the Department of Archaeology and Heritage Studies at Aarhus University. She said, "The graves in Åsum are so well preserved it may be possible for the first time to conduct special aDNA analyses on most of the skeletons, meaning DNA analyses on ancient material." She added, "It will be incredibly exciting to learn where these people came from and whether the same families were buried here across multiple generations." According to Mr. Borre-Lundo, several of the skeletons in Åsum belong to high-status individuals in society, as seen from the grave goods they were buried with. One grave in particular stands out. A woman was buried in a wagon, the upper part of a Viking cart used as a coffin. He said the woman was buried in the wagon she likely travelled in. "We must imagine that she was buried with her finest clothes and belongings. She was given a beautiful glass bead necklace, an iron key, a knife with a silver-threaded handle and, most notably, a small shard of glass that may have served as an amulet. At the foot of the wagon there was a finely decorated wooden chest, the contents of which we still do not know." Another grave beside the body contained a fine bronze three-lobed brooch, a single red glass bead that hung on a cord around the deceased's neck, an iron knife and a small piece of rock crystal. Mr. Borre-Lundo added, "Rock crystal does not occur naturally in Denmark and was likely imported from Norway." Several items from many of the graves in Åsum indicate that the buried Vikings were connected to international trade networks that developed during the Viking Age. Museum Odense's archaeologists also believe the discovery of the Viking burial ground clearly shows that the village of Åsum held great significance during the Viking Age, and that the area was one of the central settlements in the hinterland of what would later become Odense. Mr. Borre-Lundo said, "It's fascinating to imagine that the buried Vikings were undoubtedly aware of the nascent urban development that took place just 5 kilometres west of where they lived, then known as Odin's Fye. Their descendants witnessed the cementing of Odense as a town, while Harald Bluetooth constructed one of his ring forts, Nonnebakken, south of the river as part of his effort to unify the kingdom." The museum provided a list of facts about the incredible discovery. The Viking burial ground covers approximately 2,000 square metres and is located on the southern outskirts of the village of Åsum, east of Odense. Archaeologists estimate that the burial ground was used during the 9th and 10th centuries. Museum Odense's archaeologists have been excavating the site for 6 months. A total of 50 inhumation graves and 5 cremation graves have been found, placing the burial ground amongst the largest Viking burial sites discovered on the island of Funen. The excavation took place in preparation for EnergyNet's work to renovate the electrical grid. And finally, the discovery confirms that Åsum was a key geographical point for the earliest urban developments, which eventually led to the formation of Odense. But that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description, or via YouTube Super Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.